like kind of in your routine. It's like, oh, if you're tired, just
grab a soda. How's that for the entrance?
Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. Just 3 games remaining for the Cedar Ridge Raiders. Here with me right now on the Vype Live pregame show, it's Raiders head coach Brian Vardaman. Of course, I'm Tyler Feldman. Looking forward to a great 25-6A game tonight, Coach, between your Raiders and the Vista Ridge Rangers, a battle of the Ridges. Your first taste of this battle of the Ridges. Vista Ridge started off the season 4-0. They've now lost their last 2. So a big opportunity on the road at Gupton Stadium here tonight to take down the Rangers.
Yeah, we're excited about it. Really good football team in Vista Ridge. And, yeah, they started off red hot. And, you get into this 25-6A play, and it's a tough league. And, we're going to have to play really well tonight. And, I told our guys, man, discipline and work ethic is what we've got to hang our hat on. And that's been the rallying cry all week for us is, man, we got to go out. We got to execute. We got to take care of the little things. We've got to minimize the penalties. And then we've got to execute when we're in the ball game and finish drives. We've got to go out and make sure we're getting those third down stops on defense and putting ourselves in position to go win this game in the fourth quarter.
This game here tonight, 7 o'clock kickoff, and you'll be able to watch it right here on Vype Live. Coach, last week, a tough one against a very good Vandegrift team. They played nearly a perfect game start to finish. What did you learn about your team in that defeat?
Yeah, hats off to Vandegrift. They lost a tough one the week before against McNeil, and no doubt we had their attention. And talking to Coach Sanders in pregame, and they were definitely clicking on all cylinders. And for us, we didn't have our stuff. Offensively, we turned the ball over. We turned it over in the opening kickoff. Now we snatched one back with Trent Bell, which was an amazing play, and he continues to do a lot of great things on that side of the ball for us. But defensively, the score wasn't indicative of a 40-point difference. I know that's hard to say. They went out and did what they were supposed to do, and they looked like a defending state champion in that game. But you can't turn the ball over against anybody, much less a team that's fresh off a state championship run. And they took advantage of those opportunities, and we didn't have our stuff offensively. And what they do on defense is, man, they do a lot of really good things with that 3-high shell, with the 3-high safety look, and really put a cap on us and our big play potential. And so with having some starters out on the offensive line last week, that really showed up in the game. And so getting those guys back this week, no doubt, better matchup for us for our offense this week in Vista Ridge's defense. But yeah, great. Hats off to Vandegrift. They're back on track and a lot more recognizable than what they had been in a couple other ball games this season.
Trent Bell, the sophomore, with that outstanding interception in the end zone after fumbling that opening kickoff. He's been unbelievable. We've got to talk about Cooper Togus. Career-long 51-yarder, also a program-long 51-yard field goal. No doubt, too, he had enough leg. What are the conversations around Cooper Togus as he continues to really dial in and showcase that leg of his?
Yeah, Cooper, he's just a great young man. Wise beyond his years for sure. The guy is his approach every morning, and you always wonder, kickers always have a little different personality about him. And I caught him out there one morning, and he's got his shoes off, and he's sitting out at midfield, and he was almost in a yoga pose or something, and he's out there meditating. And so I got out there and talked to him, and he's like, oh, I'm just, I'm thinking about the stock market and visualizing myself and all these different things. And so I'm like, man, you go be you and just keep kicking that football the way you are. And he's a weapon for us, and he's a funny guy and no doubt a leader for us in those special teams, and really proud of him. in the moment, I didn't realize. I mean, I knew it was a long field goal, 51 yards. I didn't know it was the longest in program history, and he had tied. It was 48 a couple weeks before, and so he had already tied that. But that was his longest in 51 and a school record, and no doubt he's still got a lot of leg left in him, and he's going to go help us win some more ball games and a bright future for him at the next level as well.
I have to ask, in practice, what's the longest he's connected on?
It's been right there, anywhere from 55 to 60.
Wow.
And that's just he's got the leg for that. And like you said, man, there was still that would have been good from 55, 56, maybe even a little bit further. Just thinking back on it now, so he's got the leg and no doubt the confidence to go out there and do it. And I don't, those kickers, they go down there and they kick in the net and they just they're all on their own and in their own little world. And so I just talked to our special teams coordinator, Brian Gaylor, and he's like, man, we're good from this point in. And we look at the wind and all those things in pregame to allow us to know where his range is. But he'll go out there and kick it if it's 60. I mean, he's going to go out there and give you everything he has. So.
Love it. It's been fun to watch him progress, and obviously nailing a 51-yarder was pretty cool last week. All right, tonight it's Vista Ridge, Cedar Ridge. The Rangers 4-2 overall, 2-2 in district play. You guys 3-4 overall, 2-3 in district play. So we're coming down that home stretch, playoff implications. You guys went out, and that should put you guys in the playoffs. So how do you get it done against the Rangers here tonight?
Yeah, we're both kind of sitting in similar situations, and we're not in the driver's seat, but we're in the car, and we've got a chance, and we control our own destiny. I told our players that. I mean, we focus on one game at a time, and this game's the most important game of the season, not because it's got playoff implications, but because it's the next game on our schedule, and that's our approach with our team now. In our coach's office, we understand what we got to do to make it to the dance. And you go and go 3-0 in these last 3 games, and that gets you to 5 wins, and we should solidify ourselves in a playoff berth there. But then you go 2-3, you still got a good chance. You got to get some help with point differentials, and now you kind of leave it up to chance and what happens in other ball games. And so, but. Our approach is one game at a time, and Vista Ridge is the most important game, and no doubt they want the same things we want, and it's going to be a great game tonight, and I look forward to it.
It's Vista Ridge tonight. It's McNeil next week, and then a bye, Halloween, and then Manor. You end the season on the road. As for Vista Ridge, they have Manor next week, then Hutto, who's atop the district right now, and Westwood. So shaping up to be a great finish. Coach, before I let you roll tonight, I want a key to victory here against the Rangers. What needs to happen outside of protecting the football? We know that was a problem last week, but what are you looking at? What's been working in practice this week to best prepare for Vista Ridge?
Yeah, for us, man, it's discipline tonight. It's discipline. It's execution and being disciplined in the little things and not having penalties that are going to cost us, put us behind the chains. Whether offense or defense. And I told our guys, man, I can handle a hustle penalty, but the pre-snap penalties, the post-snap penalties, those are just things that are going to really, really hurt us and our team and in our pursuit to victory. So we've got to be very disciplined on the field tonight and take care of those little things. And that's going to allow us to go out and execute and be who we know we can be tonight. And so that physicality, that mental toughness that comes with discipline, we take care of that. We're going to be in good shape come the fourth quarter.
He's head coach Brian Vardaman. I'm Tyler Feldman. It's Cedar Ridge taking on Vista Ridge at Gupton Stadium. Yes, a battle of the ridges. It is coming up next right here on Vype Live. A beautiful October night Under the Friday night lights, the crowd buzzing, the stakes, oh, they've never been higher. Welcome to Gupton Stadium, where tonight it's the Battle of the Ridges. The 4-2 Vista Ridge Rangers colliding with the 3-4 Cedar Ridge Raiders in this 25 6A slugfest with playoff hopes hanging in the balance. The Rangers battle-tested, sharpened, looking to tighten their grip on the postseason. The Raiders backs against the wall, season on the line, and hungry for a signature win to stay in the hunt. Two proud programs, one district, one battlefield. This is Texas high school football at its very finest, and it's all happening right now, right here on Vype Live. He's Kalen Hernandez. I'm Tyler Feldman. So glad you're with us here tonight. And Kalen, with just 3 games remaining for the Raiders, this isn't necessarily a must-win, but it would certainly
It seems like for the Raiders to capitalize on this game, they cannot come out flat. They need to run execution, run Coach Vardaman's plan, and ultimately establish that run game. Noah Devonish is averaging 7 yards a carry, and they shouldn't feel afraid to continuing to pound the rock, establish that run. So key to the game, establish that run, make them know you want to run that football.
Yeah, you've got that 3-headed monster at running back for the Raiders. Noah Devonish, like you said, Kalen, averaging more than 7 yards a carry. Devin Patterson, he's been terrific as well, averaging more than 5 yards a carry. And then Christian Hall, who can run the football, averaging nearly 5 yards a carry, but he's been terrific out wide as a receiver, averaging 22 receiving yards a game. So very talented, as if you look at midfield right now, it's the captain shaking hands with the officials here tonight. Gupton Stadium, the site of tonight's matchup between the Ridges. It's the Battle of the Ridges. Cedar Ridge and Vista Ridge. Vista Ridge rocking the red tops and white bottoms. Cedar Ridge rocking the white tops and the white bottoms with those black numerals outlined in purple. So tonight, it should be a great football game between these two teams vying for playoff position. The top 4 teams in the district make the playoffs. If we look at the 25 6A standings right now, Hutto sitting in first place with a 5-1 record in district play. McNeil in second place with a 3-2 record in district play. Then there's Vandergrift 5-2 and Round Rock 3-4. So those are your top teams in the district right now, and that's a tough way to play. And I was reading the overall records, not the district records. So Hutto's 4-0 in district play, McNeil's 4-1, Vandergrist 4-1, and Round Rock is 3-2. Captains have shaken their hands. They're back on the sideline. The national anthem is next, And then it's kickoff here at Gupton Stadium between Cedar Ridge and Vista Ridge. That's next right here on Vype Live. Just a beautiful rendition of the national anthem here at Gupton Stadium tonight. A perfect Friday night in mid-October. The Texas high school football season winding down, and these are two teams that are still fighting for a playoff spot. Again, he's Kalen Hernandez. I'm Tyler Feldman. So glad you're spending your Friday night with us here on Vype Live. You couldn't ask for a more perfect evening looking at the Texas sky here in Central Texas. Cedar Park, Texas, the site of Gupton Stadium. The Raiders and the Rangers. It's a battle of the ridges. And, Kalen, this is a series that belongs to Vista Ridge. The Rangers 5-2 all time against the Raiders. The Rangers have won the last three. The Raiders last winning in this series in 2021. It was a 25-21 victory. So can the Raiders figure out a way to do something they have not done in 4 years?
Absolutely. I mean, following this team all season, we know these kids do not fear competition. Keys to today are going to be, protect Snoga, cut penalties, and try to get Christian Hall in space. We know once he's loose, it can get dangerous for a defense trying to tackle him. So that's going to be the key for tonight's game, Tyler.
And it's Vista Ridge kicking things off. It'll be Cedar Ridge receiving to start. Marcos Negaglione, the junior kicker. And we're off here at Gupton Stadium as that ball flies into the end zone, and it'll be the ball at the 25-yard line for these Raiders to get things going. Again, the Raiders in all white with those black helmets and black numerals. The Rangers rocking the red with the white numerals, white tops on the helmet, and then the white bottoms. So here we go. 48 minutes, and we're about to get underway here with the first offensive series for Dylan Snoga and company. Again, they did not score a touchdown last week against the Vipers. It was a blowout loss at Dragon Stadium. We'll see how Snoga and these Raiders respond here in this first series. It's trips left for Snoga. He's got Noah Devonish on his left hip. Here's Snoga. Gives it to Devonish, and Devonish gets wrapped up immediately. Nate Cochran with his 28th tackle this season there immediately. A loss of 3, setting up a 2nd down and 13. 15 seconds into this ball game. Ball on the 22-yard line. It's now trips right. Ball goes back to Devonish. Devonish curls around to the outside and doesn't get much. So they go back to Devonish, and we talked about that earlier, going to the run. Setting up the run to get to the pass, and it just hasn't worked on these first 2 downs.
Exactly. First 2 runs, they're trying to establish, get that running game going, but just excellent defense from that front for the Rangers, and 3rd and long to start this game.
3rd and 13 from the 22. Here's Snoga. Takes the snap, drops back, fires, and it's caught. Carter Copeland across the 40. 1 pass, 1 catch, 1 first down, and the chains are moving.
Just an absolute strike from Snoga. He stays calm, collected in the pocket, and he finds a security blanket, Carter Copeland, and big first down to start the game. And let's see what Matt Leonard does now that the offense has a little bit of momentum.
Big 3rd down conversion to start this first series for the Raiders. Here's Snoga communicating with Devonish on his left hip. Trips left again. Snap, quick pass, slant across the middle. It's Christian Hall, and Hall gets another first down. So 2 pass plays, 2 completions, 2 first downs, and the chains are moving again.
And there's that guy, Christian Hall. You need to get him involved in this game plan today if you want to win. Right there, picks up another first down and already in Ranger territory.
21st catch of the season for Hall. 1st and 10 from the 44, another pass. It goes back to Hall. Hall with space, 1 man to beat, and he beats him and gets dragged down outside, inside the 20-yard line. So Dylan Snoga, 3 for 3, 2 completions to Christian Hall. And the Raiders are moving and grooving 2 minutes into this ball game. They're going no huddle. It's Jake McGill on the left side. Bunching right. Snoga to Devonish. Had nothing and gets back to the line of scrimmage. That could have been bad, but the vision and the cutting ability of Noah Devonish to able to get back to that line of scrimmage, pretty impressive.
And that's exactly why I like to call him a slippery runner. He can make something out of nothing, and that's exactly what he does there right now. Won't absolutely blow up the box score there, but it's, these are big plays that, keep your team going.
2nd and 10 from the 20. Snoga back to that far sideline, getting the signal from the offensive coordinator, Matt Leonard. Devonish in motion. Left to right. Snoga drops back. Hits Devonish in the flat. 1 man to beat, and he just gets past him, but taken down. It was C.J. Milligan and Amare Jordan on the stop there for the Rangers.
It's going to set up about a 3rd and 7 here, and look for Carter Copeland or Jake McGill once again to keep these chains moving. Or perhaps Snoga to keep this play alive with his legs. We know he can beat teams with those legs.
Under 9 minutes to go here in this opening quarter, opening drive for the Raiders. 3rd and 7 from the 17. Here's Snoga. Looks over the middle, and it's intercepted. He was looking for Christian Hall, and that ball is picked off. It is picked off. What a play Dylan Gonzalez, the junior, dropping back in coverage. I don't think Snoga saw him, and it was an easy interception for the Rangers. So unfortunate, a great drive, all for naught, a turnover, and that was a problem last week. And here it is again, going back-to-back weeks with turnover issues for these Raiders.
Just like we described in the beginning of the game, a common theme with the Raiders is just shooting yourselves in the foot too early in a game. It's going to be up to this defense right now to kind of, build a short-term memory. You don't want to let that interception control the flow of the game. So if the defense can come out here and make a big stop and give Snoga another opportunity that he definitely wants to make up, that would be ideal for Coach Vardaman and his squad.
Second interception of the season for Dylan Gonzalez, the junior defensive back. So now it'll be 1st and 10 from the 28 with 8:34 left in this opening quarter. It's Cameron Lasik hitting his man on the near sideline. Ben Reed making the grab for about 6 yards. Again, Cameron Lasik started the season as QB2. Early in the season, QB1, Caden Arnaud. He went down. He was injured. Severe ankle injury, out for the year, so they've had to respond, and Cameron Lasik has done a nice job. 2nd and 4 from the 34. 8 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Lasik fakes the handoff, throws over the middle, and the ball is caught. It is hauled in by Ryan Weiland, and Weiland near midfield, so here come the Rangers.
They're going quick, and they're executing, and it seems like that quick, short passing game has really made the Raiders' defense struggle this season, whether it's RPOs or just hitting those quick slants and those quick hitch routes. Getting the ball out quickly has seemed to be the key to beat this Vardaman defense.
1st and 10 from their own 49. 7:37 left in this first quarter. Kieran Pagel in motion. Handoff goes to Quinn Sizatowski, and Sizatowski sizzles across midfield, across the 45, and gets dragged down near the 40. Sizatowski has been terrific, and he has been hard to stop this season for opponents. 7 minutes to go. Still no score in this opening quarter. Dylan Snoga getting picked off deep inside Vista Ridge territory. The Rangers on their first drive here. 2nd and 2 from the 43. Here's Lasik. Heavy pressure. He gets it off in time. Far side, it's Kieran Pagel with the grab, but man, oh man. Big takedown behind the line there defensively, and Lasik was slow to get up.
Now that will set up a 3rd and 3, and depending on what happens in this play, it'll be interesting to see if this is 4 down territory for the Rangers.
Ball on the 44, 6:48 left in this first quarter. Here's Lasik. Hands it off to Sizatowski, and Sizatowski gets the first down and then some. Dragged down near the 25. The junior running back, he's been terrific. 2 100-plus games so far this season, 3 touchdowns on the ground, 1 through the air. They have really relied on number 3 in the backfield. 6:30 left in this first quarter. Still no score. First drive of this ball game for the Rangers. 1st and 10 from the 27. Trips right for Vista Ridge. One man in motion, right to left. It's Gavin Brooks. Snap. Play action. Rolls right. Throws deep. And it is incomplete. Intended for Ryan Weiland. Good coverage. Jalen Hamilton there. As well as a couple other Raiders. So it sets up a 2nd down from the 27.
Keep an eye on Jalen Hamilton and Trent Bell. These guys have been playmakers on the defensive side all season. We know Jalen Hamilton is a UTEP commit, and yeah, just an absolute stud of a player.
2nd and 10 from the 27. Cedar Ridge coaching staff less than thrilled. Matt Leonard, or that's Brian Vardaman. Far sideline. Got to bring out the binoculars. So Cedar Ridge is forced to call a timeout with one too many men on the field. They'll talk things over. 0-0 the score. 6:08 left in this first quarter. When we come back, more Cedar Ridge football right here on Vype Live. Back here at John Gupton Memorial Stadium, part of the Leander ISD community. It's 2nd and 10 from the 27 for Vista Ridge, their first drive of this ball game if you're just joining us. Cameron Lasik hands it off to Jonas Spikes, and Spikes gets maybe a yard, if that, the defensive front. Alex Nelson and Jalen Hamilton there. Benny Sears as well. That'll set up a 3rd down and 10 with under 6 minutes to go here in this scoreless first quarter. Let's see what the Rangers do here. Again, they started the season undefeated. 4 wins to start this season. They've lost their last 2, trying to curb this 2-game losing streak on their home field here tonight. 3rd and 10 from the 27. Here's Lasik. Snap. Steps up. There's a flag on the play. He tucks it. He runs. He makes one man miss, and that gets jumped on by a trio of Raiders. But hold on. A flag on the far sideline. Let's see what they whistle here. Okay, a legal formation on the offense. Kalen, you're not allowed to do that. You cannot be in formation that is illegal. And that's what transpired there.
Yeah, unfortunately in this sport, you cannot be in a formation that's illegal. That'll push them back, but good job by that front 4 from the Raiders right now, just really stuffing that run and putting them in 3rd and long territory. Hopefully they can get a stop here.
Yeah, 3rd and 15, 5 minutes to go in this first quarter. 4 receivers on the left side here, and there's going to be a timeout called by Vista Ridge. We'll call a timeout too. We'll let them talk things over. We'll talk things over too on the broadcast and be back right after this. Here we are back at John Gupton Memorial Stadium on a beautiful Friday night in mid-October in Central Texas. Cedar Park, to be exact. He's Kalen Hernandez. I'm Tyler Feldman. It's a 3rd and 15 from the 32 for these Vista Ridge Rangers. 5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Still no score. Here we go. Lasik, pressured, throws it to his man in the flat. It's Ben Reed, and Reed has some space to run and gets dragged down around the 19-yard line, about a yard or 2 shy of the first down. So will they go for it or bring out the field goal unit? Looks like Marcos DeGaglione will come out to kick. The junior, sporting number 86. He's on the left hash marks here. 37-yarder. The snap good, the hold good, the kick up, the kick. It's good. Marcos Negaglione right through the uprights, and with 4:16 left in this opening quarter, it's Vista Ridge 3. It's Cedar Ridge nothing. This is the Battle of the Ridges right here on Vype Live. Cedar Ridge ball when we come back. Back at Gupton Stadium, Negaglione, 37-yarder, right through the uprights, and it's a 3-0 lead for Vista Ridge as Negaglione kicks it into the end zone again for another touchback. And so, Kalen, 4:16 in, still no points on the board. A costly interception thrown by Dylan Snoga in that first drive. How can they respond here? You've got to get that confidence back and be smarter with the football.
Exactly. And, the last drive they did try establishing the run early, and, those two stuffs obviously isn't motivating, but it's time to get all of that three-headed monster involved. Christian Hall, Devin Patterson, Noah Devonish. Get your hands in your or get the ball in your playmakers' hands.
Second drive of this game for Dylan Snogan, the Raiders offense. First down, it's a pass to Jake McGill. It's a little pitch to Noah Devonish. And Devonish gets a big chunk of yards there, nearly 25 yards on that trickeration.
And that's something what a running back like Noah Devonish needs. Yes, he's great in between the tackles, but it's really when you bounce him out and get him in space where he can really flash that speed.
So it's now first down and 10 from the 41 after that 16-yard catch and pitch play. Snoga loses the football on the transfer to Devonish, and the Rangers say that they have it. Unbelievable. Cedar Ridge getting in their own way again. Another mistake, a second drive, a second turnover, and now great field position for the Rangers.
Once again, it's just a brutal start for the Rangers. It's tough to go the rest of the game when your first two offensive drives of the game result in turnovers. And now the Rangers are going to be able to operate in Raider territory, and a touchdown could potentially make this 10-0. And now, just like last week, you instantly start the game playing from behind, and the other team just gets to kind of play at their own pace, start controlling the game. So, again, a tough ask for Coach Vardaman's defense, but they have playmakers on that defense that can force a turnover, and one here would be really nice.
Defense has to be tired, though. They just spent the last 6 minutes or so on the field. Here's Lasik. First down pass. Finds his man, and it's a wide receiver pass. Intercepted by Trent Bell. He does it again. Back-to-back weeks with an INT for the sophomore sensation. That kid is terrific. Jonas Spikes caught the ball on the right side and threw it downfield, and Trent Bell came out of nowhere to make the catch. That kid is something else.
That kid is absolutely special. I told you to keep an eye on both him and Jaden Hamilton, two absolute studs on this defense. Trent Bell, we've said this many times, he's the Travis Hunter of this team. He does it all. He's a true star on the defensive side of the ball, and right there, just as I said, they get a huge turnover that gives Snoga another chance to build some confidence in this offense.
Trent Bell does it again. I mean, the kid's unbelievable. Handoff goes to Devonish, and Devonish gets basically nothing. Second interception of the season for the sophomore, and colleges need to come down to Round Rock, Texas. Check out Trent Bell at Cedar Ridge. He's only a sophomore. He can play both sides of the football. He made that spectacular Randy Moss-like catch in the end zone a few weeks ago. There's something special brewing here with number 2 in the purple and black. Here we go, 2nd and 10 from the 20, 3:20 left in this first quarter. It's 3-0 Rangers on top of the Raiders. Low snap. Devonish was the intended target. Looked like miscommunication on the line again because Snoga didn't look like he was ready to take that snap, to take the football, and he threw it to Devonish, who just got crushed.
Yeah, right now something just isn't clicking with that offense. It's the small things that are holding them back right now, and just like the last two drives, they already find themselves in an early 3rd and long.
3rd and 10 from the 20. .311 left in this first quarter. Has to get rid of it, and it's picked off immediately. My goodness. DeMonte Davis, the interception and the big boy touchdown. What a disaster for Cedar Ridge.
He just absolutely sniffed it as soon as the ball was snapped. He saw the screen coming from a mile away, and it was just kind of gift wrapped to him. He as soon as the ball was caught, he was off to the races, and 6 points for the Ranger defense.
Heavy pressure. Snoga had to get rid of it. DeMonte Davis, the senior defensive tackle, was there, just threw his arms up, made the grab because Snoga was just trying to dump it in there for Devonish in the flat. And all Davis had to do was carry the weight of a couple guys, less than 10 yards for the pick six. 9-0 Rangers. Extra point is up. Extra point is good off the foot of Gaglione. So with 3:04 left in this opening quarter, thanks to another turnover, a second interception thrown this game by Dylan Snoga, it is 10-0 Rangers. We'll be right back here. More Cedar Ridge football on Vype Live right after this. Dylan Snoga, he came in tonight with 5 interceptions on the season, 8 touchdown passes. He's thrown 2 interceptions already here in this first quarter. So that mark, that touchdown to interception mark, getting a little bit closer as Gaglione boots it deep into the end zone. Another touchback and another chance for these Raiders to figure out how to safely carry the football downfield. Discipline was one of the big talking points for head coach Brian Vardaman, talking with him earlier this week. And I feel like they have been disciplined at times, but you've got to be smarter with where you're throwing the football and where you're handing the football. 2 interceptions, 1 fumble. That's 3 turnovers with 3 minutes left still in the first quarter, Kalen.
And it goes without saying, but you absolutely can't expect to win football games if your offense is going to, turn the ball over. It's just brutal.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 25. Devonish has the rock, goes right, cuts back left, and takes something that was nothing and turns it into a 9-yard rush on 1st down. Second down and less than 2 yards on their own 33. Here's Christian Hall in motion. Play action. Goes to Devonish up the gut. Shifts and makes a couple men miss. Slows down to get some blocking from Hall. He's across midfield, across the 40, and runs out of bounds right near the 30-yard line. So Noah Devonish, that patience to wait for the blocking upfield. Boy, that kid can run, and you've got to lean on a guy like Noah Devonish to keep control of the football and get downfield.
And again, it's when he bounces outside and you really get him in space and you allow him to follow your blockers when he can really start to take off. Huge play for the Raiders here, and it's time to cash in. Am I right, Tyler?
You've got to cash in because somehow this is only a 10-point ball game. A score here would be huge. 2:21 left in this first quarter. A low snap. It's Subak into this football game right now. He hands it off after the low snap to Devin Patterson, and Patterson gets maybe a yard, so it'll be 2nd down and 9 from the 30-yard line here. 2 minutes and counting in this opening quarter. It's 10-0 Rangers. If you're just joining us, so glad you're with us on this gorgeous Friday night in Cedar Park, Texas. Subak to Hall. Hall finds a seam and just can't break free. Nice tackle on that right side by a couple of Rangers, led by Nate Cochran. So right now it's Tillman Subak. Not sure if that's just giving Snoga a rest or seeing what else they can generate offensively with the senior quarterback who's played QB2 for much of this season. 3rd and 8 from the 29. 1:20 left. in this opening quarter. Subak drops back, fires deep, and it is tipped a little high, intended for Jake McGill, out of bounds, so that'll set up a 4th and 8 from the 29. A 46-yard field goal attempt on the way for the golden toe of the Cedar Ridge Raiders. It's Cooper Togus. He set a school record last week, connecting on a 51-yarder at Dragon Stadium. Head coach Brian Vardaman earlier this week, he said he hits from 55 to 60 in practice regularly. And Cooper Togus is a little bit of a unique mind, likes to talk stocks in his free time. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and the kick is no good. He misses left. It had the leg, but he cuts it left, so no points to show for it after a couple of really nice Noah Devonish runs on that drive. 1:06 left in this first quarter. It's Vista Ridge 10. It's Cedar Ridge nothing. Rangers football when we come back here on Vype Live. Cutting commercials short. Apologies to our sponsors. 1:06 here in this opening quarter. Rangers back with the football. It's Cameron Lasik showing great vision tonight. Pitches it. Ball is loose. Ball is loose. Alex Nelson forcing the fumble, and that kid is fired up, and rightfully so. A huge turnover for the Raiders, one that was so necessary for Cedar Ridge. Alex Nelson forces the fumble, and at the perfect time, and now with a minute left in the first quarter, the Raiders have some fantastic field position.
Absolutely fantastic. I mean, the play of the game so far for the Raiders, they needed a bailout, and they got it. And with just 15 yards to go, now they need to cash in, Tyler.
All right, 1st and 10 now from the 59 for Tillman Subak. And this Raiders offense. Snap, rolls left, throws on the run. Ball is caught by Jake McGill. Inbounds. .35 seconds left in this opening quarter. 2nd and 5 from the 12. Christian Hall, Wildcat, takes it himself. Around the outside, good blocking. Carter Copeland with a huge block, and it's Christian Hall stumbling into the end zone for the touchdown. 12 yards on the run play, the Wildcat, and the Raiders are right back in this football game.
Again, getting your playmakers involved is the key for the Raiders to win this game. And after that turnover, they finally cash in, and now the Raiders find themselves back in this ball game.
Christian Hall, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season, to go along with 3 receiving touchdowns. So he's got 5 total end zone visits. A big one there as Togus out for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and with 23 seconds left in this first quarter, the Raiders are on the board. It's Rangers 10, Raiders 7. We'll be right back with more 25 6A football after this. We're back at Gupton Stadium. And look at this. Oh, my. What a return there by Ben Reed. Good field position for Vista Ridge. First and 10 from the 46 for these Rangers. 15 seconds left in this first quarter. Lasik hands it off to Sizatowski, and Sizatowski gets about 7 yards. Finally dragged down by a couple of Raiders. Jeremiah Passmore there. Ryder Gillespie there as well. And that'll do it for the first quarter. 12 minutes down, 36 to go. Somehow only a 3-point game. 3 turnovers by the Raiders in this first quarter, trailing 10-7 in the Battle of the Ridges. We'll be right back with more Cedar Ridge football right after this. Back here at Gupton Stadium, second quarter, kicking off here with the Rangers on offense, Raiders on defense. It's the Battle of the Ridges. You have to wonder, what is this ridge that we're talking about? Obviously, there's the Vista Ridge, geographically speaking, and then there's the Cedar Ridge, geographically speaking. And I was looking at the topography maps earlier this week, and I couldn't really tell the difference. So if you know about these ridges, let me know. That pass knocked out at the line. Ridging through to get to that ball. Benny Sears, the captain, sticking his hands up, applying that pressure. Well done, son.
Benny Sears just knows when to make the right play at the right time. He's done it all season. He puts pressure exactly when the quarterback doesn't want to be pressured. And with a 3rd and 3 coming up, probably going to try to run in between the tackles. So defensive front four is going to have to step up right here.
Ball on the 39-yard line. Lasik puts Mason Keene in motion. He steps up. Heavy pressure. Has to get rid of it. Finds Sizatowski. And Sizatowski with enough space. He was just waiting there. The emergency pass. And he caught it for the first down.
Again, it's that quick pass game that always gets that Raiders defense. When the quarterback's getting the ball out of their hands, he's able to get in the rhythm a lot quicker. And just like that, already knocking into the red zone right here.
First and 10 from the 29, 15 seconds into this second quarter. It's a 10-7 lead for the Rangers. Lasik sends Deshaun Castillo in motion. Castillo gets the rock, and Castillo fights his way through a few Raiders to turn what would have been about a 1-yard gain into a 5-yard gain. 11:26 and counting in this second quarter. If you're just joining us, a couple Dylan Snoga interceptions thrown in the first quarter and a fumble as well. A transfer to Noah Devonish fell loose. So 3 turnovers by the Cedar Ridge offense in that first quarter is why the Rangers are up 3. It could be more. Lasik tucks it, runs, good blocking upfield. He's got speed, and he gets knocked out of bounds around the 4-yard line. He limped up. It looked like he was just going to run out of bounds, but he was so close to the end zone, I thought he was going to go for it. He didn't, and now it's 1st and goal from the 4 for Vista Ridge.
I mentioned that, Dylan Snoga is one to use his legs, but don't sleep on Lasik. He can really get it going once he catches his stride, and right there he sets up his offense in a goal-to-goal distance.
So 1st and goal from the 4. A minute 15 into this second quarter. It's 10-7 Vista Ridge. Lasik with 3 receivers to his left. Mason King. He's got 2 men in motion. They're running the football. They give it to Sizatowski, and Sizatowski scissors his way through the middle and into the end zone for another Vista Ridge touchdown.
What a response by the Rangers. I mean, you give up a big turnover, you allow a touchdown, and you put your team, from up 10 to up 3, and to respond just like that with good field position from the kick return, just big from the Rangers right there.
Efficient offensive drive for the red and white. These Rangers, again, they came in having won their first 4 games and then losing their last 2. So the extra point. Negaglione. It's good, and so with 10:29 left in this first half, it's Vista Ridge 17. It's Cedar Ridge 7. We'll be back with more Raiders football. The Raiders will have the ball after this. Back here at John Gupton Memorial Stadium, about as good weather-wise a Friday night you will find in Central Texas this time of the year. Formula One at COTA this weekend here in Austin, Texas, about 35 minutes north. It's Cedar Park, Texas, the site of tonight's matchup between the 2 ridges, as Christian Hall fumbles the kickoff, able to recover, and gets out to near the 20-yard line. So both teams moving fast with F1 here in town. And we've got some scores from around town. Start of the second quarter, it's Hutto 14, Stony Point 7. That's one you want to keep your eyes on. Looking at the standings, Hutto looking to stay perfect in district play. Stony Point sitting there in 8th place out of 9 teams, just 1 win in district play this season. Cedar Ridge, of course, beating Stony Point, but falling to Hutto earlier this season. So here we go. Offensive time for the Raiders. It's Christian Hall and that Wildcat, so it looks like they'll stay in that formation. No, it's Subak. They have a similar build, and the 1 meshed into the 4 there. So it's Tillman Subak who takes the snap, kept it himself, maybe gets a yard, and the clock continues to tick.
Subak has had his reps this season, so he is ready for this moment, and right there, right off the gates, trying to get his legs involved in this game.
So it does look like it's Tillman Subak's offense from here on out, unless something changes. 2nd and 11 from their own 17. Trips left for Subak. Low snap. It goes to Devenish. Devenish, little dubstep to the right, gets about 3 yards. Under 10 minutes to go here in this second quarter. It's a 10-point lead for Vista Ridge.
And I know Matt Leonard loves this pistol formation to get runs, but I'd like to see some toss or some jet sweeps here to really get his playmakers more outside.
9:30 and counting here in this second quarter. It's a 3rd and 7 from the 21. Subak. That last name, it's spelled S-U-B-C-O-Z. It's of Lithuanian descent. He drops back, fires over the middle, into heavy traffic, off a helmet, and incomplete. A dangerous pass there. It was intended for Jake McGill. Luckily, that ball flew off the helmet and near midfield, because that was a chance for an opportunity for Vista Ridge to have another turnover.
I thought that was about to plop right into Christian Hall's hands, and he was going to be gone, but
that would have been nice.
That would have been perfect for this Raiders offense, but just couldn't find a connection there, and it's going to force the special teams back onto the field.
So Cooper Togus getting set to punt from his own 21. 9 minutes left here in this second quarter. The snap low, Togus, and there's whistles. Hold on a second. So a delay of game penalty, it'll push the Raiders back 5 yards. So now instead of punting, or at least the ball being on the 21, it's now on the 16, and Togus is a yard out from his own end zone. Deshaun Castillo, the senior, getting set to return. He's at his own 40. Let's see how Togus does here. Booming punt. What a punt. Fumbled. He fumbles. Ball's loose. Oh, my goodness. Castillo fumbled the football. He had to go all the way back to his 30, but it is recovered. Somehow the Raiders did not end up with the football. That could have been really ugly. Just a really smart play. Will Johnson able to fall on it and keep that football with the Rangers.
So close to capturing that second break they needed, but sometimes in life the ball just doesn't bounce your way in.
And it seems like the ball hasn't really been bouncing Cedar Ridge's way the last few weeks.
Exactly, and tough break there, but a good opportunity for the defense to get a stop and get this offense back into the field going into the second half, before going into the second half.
Cameron Lasik with great control of this offense so far tonight. Here he is on first down. Pass left side. Ben Reed hauling it in and finally getting pummeled by a couple of Raiders on that far side. Ryder Gillespie there, and so was Benny Sears on the tackle. 8:40 to go in this first half. It's a 17-7 lead for Vista Ridge. Somehow it's only a 10-point game despite 3 turnovers by Cedar Ridge so far in this opening half. 2nd and 2 from the 37. Lasik gives it to Jonas Spikes, and Spikes, oh my, spins off one tackle, gets across midfield, nearly broke away from Trent Bell, but Bell said not so fast.
I mean, wow, 2 Raiders just bounced off Spikes just like that, and it's tough running that is really valuable in running backs like Spikes, and right there able to move the chains and set up right at about midfield for their offense.
8 minutes to go in this second quarter. 1st and 10 from the 50. Here's Lasik. He's got one man in motion. Hands it off again. Getting maybe 2 or 3 yards is Jonas Spikes, the junior. Has yet to find the end zone, per my research. Getting some significant touches so far in this football game tonight. 7:30 and counting in this opening half. So glad you're with us here on Vype Live for the Battle of the Ridges. He's Kalen Hernandez. I'm Tyler Feldman. It's a 10-point lead for the Rangers. 2nd and 9 from the 49. Lasik flushed out of the pocket, has to get rid of it, incomplete. Good pressure, good coverage, all around great playing defensively. Powers Wallace there on the coverage. And so it'll be 3rd and 9 now.
Power Wallace just comes screaming off the edge right there, completely breaks up that play, and exactly like you said, 3rd and 9. This is an opportunity to get their offense off the field and maybe score before halftime. This game is still in anybody's hands.
3rd and 9, ball on the 49 still. In Cedar Ridge territory, just barely. 7:08 on the clock here in this second quarter at John Gupton Memorial Stadium. Lasik, 3 receivers right. Snap, steps up, pressure, now throws deep, has his man, and it's intercepted again. The second time tonight, it's Trent Bell ringing the bell, and the sophomore sensation does it again. Holy cow. 2nd tonight, he's now got 3 interceptions this season, only a sophomore, and he has tremendous vision. You'd think Lasik would have the best vision on the field, but it's actually Bell who's got the best vision.
Exactly like you said, ring the bell. Oh my goodness, this kid is special. His third interception of the season, and that's just a fraction of what he provides for this Raiders team. He can do it all, and he just has a knack to ball hawk that ball down, and he does it once again, and really giving the Raiders offense another opportunity to keep this game close.
6:55 left in this first half. Here's Tillman Subak. He gives it to Noah Devonish, and Devonish gets maybe 1, maybe 2 yards on that first down running play. It looks like, again, Tillman Subak is the quarterback to be here the rest of the night. 2 first-quarter interceptions thrown by Dylan Snoga. 1 being returned about 10 yards for a pick 6. That was DeMonte Davis popping up off the line, grabbing it and going as Subak over the middle. Hall had it, and he dropped it. That pass maybe a second behind Hall, but Hall, no doubt, knows he should have had that football in hand. A rare drop for Christian Hall, who's been so good through the air this season, coming in with 20 catches, more than 400 receiving yards, averaging 22 yards a catch, 62 yards a game. He's been terrific, but couldn't make that grab there. So now it's 3rd and 8 from the 31. Snap is fumbled off the turf, and there's a whistle. So they're saying the ball was down. Curious as to why that was the call. But it's now 4th and 14 from the 25. So quick 3 and out for that Raiders offense. Togus out to punt. 5:45 and counting in this first half. Good snap. Lots of protection. Togus boots it. Bounces at the 36. Picked up with a lot of speed, breaking tackles. Maybe a horse collar. There comes the flag. There goes the flag. Will Johnson on the return. Collar was grabbed and dragged down, and so that'll be a penalty, and it will give Vista Ridge even better field position.
With that flag, they'll already be operating in Raider territory, and once again, just a tough ask for this Vardaman defense to really hold their own.
First quarter, it's Round Rock 7, Westwood nothing. That's another game to keep an eye on. Right now, Round Rock would be that 4th and final team in the playoffs from District 25 6A. Round Rock beat Cedar Ridge, and so, of course, it would help if the Dragons lose to Westwood. Now it's 7-7. Thanks to Merle Bertrand back in studio, making sure we sound so lovely here tonight, providing us with these score updates. 1st and 10 from the 41 for these Vista Ridge Rangers. Cameron Lasik. He's got trips left. Play action. Drops back. Fires deep. Has his man downfield wide open. A perfect ball. Ben Reed on the receiving end. 41 yards for another Rangers touchdown.
You mentioned the excellent vision right there. Right there, he sees, boom, that post route, just sling it. Drops it right in the bucket, and just a big touchdown right before half to really start to grab some control on this game, Tyler.
6th receiving touchdown of the season for the senior Ben Reed. And boy, oh boy, now the turnovers are starting to lean in Vista Ridge's favor as the extra point is up. The extra point is good. Marcos Nagaglione makes it 24-7. Rangers leading the Raiders with 5:19 to go in the second quarter. Raiders will have the football when we come back right here on Vype Live. That's maybe the prettiest pass and catch I've seen this season. And I've seen a couple really good ones. But Cameron Lasik threw that ball right on the money. And Ben Reed, all he had to do was extend his arms out. And he was there. A great route, a great pass, a great catch. And now what was a close game for much of this first half is now wide open. It's a 17-point lead for the Rangers as they kick it deep. Christian Hall from his own 5 finds a seam across the 25. Breaks one tackle, moves outside. Trent Bell. They don't throw a flag. It looked like he could have been whistled for a hold, but a nice return. Christian Hall getting to about the 39-yard line. And so with about 5 minutes left in this opening half, the Raiders kind of need this here.
They absolutely need this. And again, I know it's a tough ask to get your backup quarterback in the game, and especially against a team like the Rangers. But listen, looking at the scoreboard, you see yourself down 24-7. Just execute a drive here. Make it a 10-point game. Put this in. Give yourself a puncher's chance. Big opportunity here for the Raiders offense.
And they've got to take advantage of this opportunity because you don't want this football game to get out of hand, kind of like what we saw last week when the Raiders really lost things against Vandegrift. Here's Subak throwing deep now, intended for Carter Copeland. Didn't even see the football, wanted a flag. It was good coverage on the outside there by Kevin Jupe, all for naught. So good try there, looking for a home run play on first down. But now the clock is stopped, and it's second down from their own 39.
Second time Subak has tried to make a connection down the sidelines by the numbers, but right now that connection just doesn't seem to be working. And again, it probably is due to a lack of reps, but got to get something going right now.
Devonish gets the rock, finds a seam, lots of speed, gets blocking downfield. Devonish across the 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Noah Devonish, 61-yard scamper to the house. How do you do? His second longest run of the season. And just like that, the Raiders right back in this football game.
And that's exactly what Devonish has been doing all night. When the offense has gone stagnant, he just bursts a big play. And as I mentioned, once he bounces out to the sidelines, he can really show off that speed. And once he cut up field, it was good night from there.
9th rushing touchdown of the season for Noah Devonish. The kid has been sensational on the ground as Cooper Togus. The extra point is up. The extra point is good. And with 4:52 remaining in this first half, it's Rangers 24, it's Raiders 14. More Cedar Ridge football right after this on Vype Live. All right, so Vista Ridge with a nice touchdown, and then just 27 seconds later, it's Noah Devonish running the rock, 61 yards for his 9th touchdown of the season. And we've got ourselves another ball game, a 10-point ball game. As this ball trickles around the 2, finally it's picked up, and it is, oh my goodness, it is Ben Reed with a huge return, breaking tackles until finally Carter Copeland pushes him out of bounds right past midfield.
Haven't talked much about the special teams today, but that is an area about the Raiders that hasn't been able to make a play today. I mean, the ball bounces right at the 5-yard line. He's scavenging for the ball, picks it up, and is able to take it all the way to midfield when really they should be starting at their own 10-yard line.
4:43 remaining in this first half. Rangers still leading 10 points. on the Raiders, 24-14, as the band start to get ready for their halftime performances, which you will be able to see and hear right here on Vype Live. First down for this Vista Ridge offense. Deshaun Castillo in motion, right to left. Lasik leaves it for Sizatowski, and Sizatowski, what a run. Bulldozing his way across the 35, and look at the push from that Vista Ridge offensive line. And there's some fisticuffs and some flags flying, some frustrations being taken out there near the 30-yard line. Sometimes the game just gets competitive, but again, if this is on, let's see if these are offsetting penalties here. Referees talking things over. Head coach Brian Vardaman inching closer and closer to see what they're saying. Top left of your screen there, you can see head coach Brian Vardaman with the long sleeve white undershirt and the purple top. Well, the mic cut out. Did it say that he's no longer available for the rest of the game?
Did he get tossed? I mean,
the mic cut out. The stadium mic cut out right there.
Critical moment.
Well, he's on the sideline right now, so the personal foul call was not on Cedar Ridge. It was on Vista Ridge. Number 1, Deshaun Castillo. So he's now back on the sideline. A 15-yard penalty. So a big chunk of change moving backwards, so favorable for the Raiders. First and 10 from the 45 now for Vista Ridge. Cameron Lasik. Play action. Quick slant across the middle. And my, oh my. My, oh my. Will Johnson, just a sophomore, bouncing off that tackle and getting some extra yards on that pass play. Chains are moving. Oh, another penalty. And they'll move backwards again. An eligible receiver downfield. That's what the referee is saying. His mic is just not working. So we'll make sure we're facilitating that information to you with 4:18 to go here in this opening half. First and 15 from the 50. Lasik. Quick out route, and it's incomplete. Ben Reed had it. He had space. He just dropped it. Good coverage there on the outside by C.J. Forbes. Under 4 minutes to play here in this opening half. 2 interceptions, a fumble lost, all in the first quarter for the offense of Cedar Ridge, and they're somehow just down 10 points. 4 receivers set now for Vista Ridge. Lasik looks left, throws right, and he breaks off. A trio of Raiders were there, and somehow they weren't able to get him. Alex Nelson, who made a huge play earlier in this game to force a fumble, nearly had a big-time sack there, but couldn't take him down.
Excellent pressure there finally from the Raiders defensive front. Just had him wrapped up and everything. Spins left, spins right, able to somehow get out of that. But regardless, it's going to set the Rangers up for a 3rd and long, and watch the middle of the field right here.
3rd and 15 from midfield. 3:53 to go in this first half. Lasik. Sending Kieran Pagel in motion. Hands it off to Sizatowski, and Sizatowski, like a pinball, spins off a couple, gets past the line of scrimmage, and so it'll be about 4th and maybe 7 from the 42.
Offense seems to no. Out goes the special teams unit. But here we go. Raiders offense is going to have a chance to make this a 3-point game. If they cash in with a touchdown, they can bring it to 1 score right before halftime.
Rangers get the punt off. It's Ben Reed punting, and it's fair caught at the 4-yard line. So Trent Bell makes the tough decision to say, I'm just going to catch it here, don't touch me. And now the Raiders, with 3 minutes left in this second quarter, will have to go 96 yards to get downfield and chip away at this Rangers lead. Here's Tillman Subak. No, it's Devin Patterson on the Wildcat. Gets maybe 2 yards. Give the offense a little bit of space. And we've seen this before from this Matt Leonard offense. Maybe they just stick with the Wildcat for this drive. Now it's Christian Hall in that Wildcat formation. 2:30 and counting in this first half. And we'll get a timeout called by Cedar Ridge. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, let's see what the Raiders can cook up late in this first half. Welcome back to Gupton Stadium, Leander ISD. 2:18 left in this first half. It's Vista Ridge on top of this battle of the Ridges, 24-14. The Raiders with the football, with a chance to go all the way downfield and try to make this a closer ball game. Christian Hall on the Wildcat, follows his blockers, finds a seam, gets out past the 10-yard line, tripped up around the 12, and so the clock will continue to run. It'll probably run down to the 2-minute timeout. But before it can do so, Vista Ridge calls a timeout because they want as much time as possible, I guess. And so we'll stay here, Kalen. One of those first halves here tonight that you take away the turnovers, and this ball game's maybe a whole lot different.
Totally different, you know, whether it's taking away the turnovers or just not allowing the Rangers to just get on a rhythm on offense. I mean, special teams, a lot of things have gone wrong for the Raiders, but to look at it from a glass half full perspective, with all this, you're only down 10 with the ball and with an opportunity to make this a 1-score game going into halftime.
Yeah, Kalen, that's a great point. Somehow the Raiders have managed to stay in this football game, and on one hand, you credit Cedar Ridge. You credit their ability to keep fighting. On the other hand, Vista Ridge maybe not taking enough from these opportunities that Cedar Ridge has gifted them, and so that's how we're at a 10-point ball game with 2:11 left in this first half. 3rd and 2 from the 12. It's Christian Hall back out there in the Wildcat. Let's see what they cook up here. Carter Copeland in motion, right to left. Hall looking for space. Finds a seam. Finds a big seam. Gets a big block from big play Jake McGill and Christian Hall. He could go all the way. Touchdown Raiders. 78 yards. Christian Hall huffing and puffing. The longest touchdown run of the season for Cedar Ridge, and they are right back in this football game.
3 words, Tyler. Ball don't lie. When you put the ball into your playmakers' hands, especially with someone as talented as Christian Hall, they can score in any given opportunity, and right there cashes in about a 90-yard touchdown to the house. And huge for Coach Vardaman and Matt Leonard's offense and just the Raiders to get right back into this game.
88-yard touchdown run. Math is hard sometimes. The extra point is up. The extra point is good with 1:57 left in this second quarter. It is just a 3-point ball game, folks. This has just turned into something. 24-21. More football after this right here on Vype Live. Back at Gupton Stadium, where all of a sudden it seemed like Vista Ridge was in control this entire first half. Late in this first half, Cedar Ridge leaning on its talented running backs. Devonish with a 61-yard touchdown run. Now Hall with an 88-yard touchdown run out of the Wildcat formation. And just like that, it is a 3-point ball game with 1:57 to go in this second quarter as Togus toes it from the 40. A low liner trickles into the end zone. It goes out of the end zone, and it'll be a 25-yard line start for these Vista Ridge Raiders. So, Kalen, wow. Wow.
I mean, that's all you can say. Wow. I mean, it literally looked like the score was 24-7, and I blinked, and boom, 24-21, 3-point game. Just unreal for – it shows a lot about the fight about, Coach Vardaman's team. He really has these guys set no matter the circumstances. And just like that, I mean, we got a ball game, folks.
So let's see what Vista Ridge now does with their backs against the wall ever so slightly despite being up by a field goal. Credit the Cedar Ridge defense here as of late. Cameron Lasik on 1st and 10 from the 25. Fires short side, and it is out of the hands, and after being in the hands of number 17, Ryan Weiland, so as fireworks are going off in the distance. July 4th, a few months away. 2nd and 10 now from the 25 again. Here come the Raiders. Lasik pressured, throws on the run, behind, tipped, and it's caught. Wow. Kieran Pagel, right place, right time. It wasn't intended for 5, but 5 was there off the fingertips, and it's a first down for the Rangers. 140 and counting. Here's Lasik, another quick pass. Reed, catch, out of bounds. Clock will stop at the 39-yard line. 44-yard line, excuse me. $1:33 left on this first half clock. 2nd and 5 from the 44. Here's Lasik. Drops back, steps up, fires, and it is incomplete, out of the reach of his intended wideout, Kieran Pagel, the junior wide receiver. Third and 5 now for the Rangers. 1:29 left to go here in this second quarter. Lasik fires and dropped again. Brian Weiland can't hold on, and it'll be 4th down for the Rangers. So another big defensive stop as we look at some of the other scores across the Austin area here tonight. Austin High and Aikens in the second quarter tied at 7. Westlake up on Bowie 7-0 in the first quarter. Bastrop leading Navarro 16-0 in the first. Round Rock leading Westwood 14-7 in the second quarter. Georgetown all over Eastview 24-0 in the second. As the punt from Reed, they're throwing it. And he's wide open. Oh my, a little trickeration. Amare Jordan makes the catch, and that's the benefit of having a talented athlete, a wide receiver at the punter position. Reed just grabbed that snap and threw it immediately to Jordan. But hold on, there is a flag on the play. Other scores around the Austin area. Hutto all over Stony Point at half, 35-7. Ineligible receiver downfield, so hold on a second. And Liberty Hill leading Pflugerville 6-0 in the second quarter. So that nice trickeration, all for naught. So nice you do it twice? 4th and 10 from the 39. Therese Harrison and Christian Hall getting back to receive. .112 remaining in this second quarter. Well, now they changed the clock. It's now 1:20 left in this second quarter. 1:19 and counting. Here we go. The snap is good. Reed just gets the punt off. Bounces at the 32. Trickles past the 25. And it is finally down at the 18-yard line. So with just about a minute left in this opening half, the Raiders will have one more chance to either tie this ball game up or take the lead going into halftime.
Again, with those Raiders playmakers, they can score on any given snap. And to have the opportunity to go into halftime with the lead, I mean, even Coach Vardaman couldn't have imagined this with the way the team started. But again, we know he instills that grit, that fight in this team. They never stop, no matter who is under center. And it's going to be a big minute drill here, 1 minute drill here for the Raiders offense.
First and 10 from the 18. It's Subak giving it to Devenish, and Devenish getting ripped around and thrown down just shy of the 25-yard line. Clock continues to tick-tock. One timeout left for both teams here. 48 and counting. Here's Subak. Empty set now for Subak. Sending Devenish in motion to the right side. Low snap. Quick pass to Devenish. Devenish, following his blockers, has a seam across the 35 and gets out of bounds near the 40-yard line. So a nice play. I think you would have liked to have gotten that off a little bit faster offensively. Just 31 seconds left on the clock. But still some time left to get a few more plays in.
Subak starting to get in a rhythm, a little bit more comfortable with his offense and starting to come alive right here late in the first half.
First and 10 from the 42. Subak trips left, looks left, fires, and it's off the fingertips of Hall and incomplete. Good coverage by the Rangers. .27 seconds left in this opening half. It's a second down and 10 from the 42. Let's see what Tillman Subak can do. Rolls right. And he just runs out of bounds but gets hit hard. Goodness gracious. Big time hit.
Late flag there, I believe.
Chris Johnson. with the punching out of bounds. Officials are commiserating.
As the officials communicate this, I do see Cooper Togus, who isn't afraid to have a chance from anywhere on this field, warming up on that sideline.
At a certain point, you just got to make a decision. Okay. So it's 1st and 10 from their own 47. 20 seconds left on the clock. And now what's happening? Let's play some football. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 47. Subak, empty set with the man in motion. Throws it to Patterson, and Patterson gets out of bounds around midfield. 15 seconds now on the clock. They mark him at the 49, so 51 yards to go.
Still got one timeout to work with. Again, with Cooper Togus hitting his career long last week.
2nd and 8 from the 49, 15 seconds on the clock. Subak putting Hall in motion. Gives it to Devenish, and Devenish gets across midfield and with forward progress near the 46-yard line. 9 seconds left, so interesting. They'll call the timeout. They'll stop the clock. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back here on Vype Live. All right, 9 seconds left in this first half. Rangers clinging to a 24-21 lead over Cedar Ridge. Kalen, what do you do here?
Again, I mean, to conserve some time with no timeouts, you're going to want to attack the sidelines, maybe try to move the ball up, maybe 5 yards for Cooper Togus, who's warming up on the sideline, hit his career high last week.
All right, 3rd and 2 from the 45, and they fumble this snap. That's not what you wanted to do. So,
with no timeouts, that's going to send us to halftime.
Somewhat of a full circle end to this first half for Cedar Ridge. 3 first-quarter turnovers leading to an early lead for Vista Ridge. You fight back and then another mistake. Interesting conversations for head coach Brian Vardaman in the locker room with his team at halftime, because some good, a lot of bad. How do you clean things up? Somehow you're only down 3 points at the break.
I mean, as you said, only down 3, that's got to be a positive thing, you know? regardless of how many times you shot yourselves in the foot, this is ideal. This is ideal for the Raiders, and it's going to be really interesting how they come out of halftime with these adjustments and how they can get this ball going with Subak under the reins now.
All right, 2 quarters down, 2 more to go. We'll have the bands live and in action here coming up on Vype Live. It's Vista Ridge 24. It's Cedar Ridge 21 at halftime. You're watching Raiders football right here on Vype Live. All right, the bands are finished here. And we will take a quick break and be right back when we get this.
Yeah.
All right, the audio now is back and better than ever for this second half, one that is set up to be a great one between these two ridges. The Battle of the Ridges, Vista Ridge leading Cedar Ridge as we are about to get going here with the second half. It's 24-21. A turnover-heavy first quarter set the Raiders back a little bit, but they kept chipping away a couple big touchdown runs late in that second quarter thanks to Noah Devonish and Christian Hall. And now you've got to lean on those talented running backs as Cedar Ridge gets set to kick things off to start this third quarter. It's Cooper Togus getting set to kick. He's Kalen Hernandez. I'm Tyler Feldman. This is Raiders football on Vype Live, and the second half is underway from Gupton Stadium. Received around the 10-yard line. Lots of speed is Will Johnson, and Will Johnson gets to about the 30-yard line. So that's where things will get going for this Raiders team. Offensively, one that has been led quite efficiently, at least in the first quarter and early on in that second quarter, by Cameron Lasik. And so the defense will be tested early here for Cedar Ridge. Kalen, quite the first half, one that surprisingly Cedar Ridge was able to stay in that football game, amazingly only down a field goal right now as this third quarter gets underway.
Just as you said, they're in a perfect position right now. Coach Vardaman's defense is going to be asked to get us stopped here, and we get a great second half ahead of us, Tyler.
Lasik throws right. It's Ben Reed making the grab and getting close to that first down marker on that far sideline. "20 seconds into this second half, it's second down and 1 from their own 39. Vista Ridge coming in with the 4-2 overall record, 2-2 in district play, good enough for 5th in 25-6A. Cedar Ridge 3-4 overall, 2-3 in district play. That's 6th place, so 5-6 in action tonight. Lasik throwing on the run, incomplete. Intended for the diving Ryan Weiland, but just couldn't get there in time. The throw was a little short, so it'll be 3rd and short. A 3rd and 1 from the 39, less than a minute into this second half. So the Rangers opt for the pass play on 2nd and 1, so now it's 3rd and 1. Have to expect a run here. The Vista Ridge band rocking and rolling here on this near sideline. Pagel in motion. The rock, it's a run. And did that defensive line hold? Let's see where the spot is, right on the 40-yard line. Quinn Sizikowski got the rock, and it looks like he got... No, did he not get it? The chain gang is moving. It looks like he got the first down. 1st and 10 from the 40. Trips left for Lasik. Quick pass intended for Weiland and incomplete on the coverage there for the Raiders. Powers Wallace, the junior, one of the top tacklers on this Raiders defense. Second and 10 from the 40. Mason Keene in motion, now on the left hip of Lasik. Eli Huffman in motion as well. Here's Lasik, he's hit from behind, ball's loose, and the Raiders pounce on it. Alex Nelson behind the line, forcing the fumble, and it's all white over that leather.
Just right when they needed it, Tyler. I mean, this defense has been giving the offense opportunities all game, and right there, just another turnover. And now you're in Ranger territory and can take the lead. Just unreal.
I believe it was either Jalen Hamilton or Gabriel Cisneros who fell on that football. And now it's Raiders football. A huge turnover to start this second half for Cedar Ridge. It's now 1st and 10 from the Rangers 43. It's still Tillman Subak out there quarterbacking this offense. He leaves it for Devenish. Devenish with speed on the wheel route. And Devenish curving out, in, and dragged down finally around the 10-yard line. So a 33-yard rush, and these Raiders are in business. They have been sparked by the quarterbacking of Tillman Subak.
Again, it's the playmakers right now just moving the chains right now for the Raiders. They've been involved all game, breaking big plays left, right, wherever, and another chance to cash it in here.
1st and goal from the 10. Devenish gets the rock and gets maybe 1 or 2 yards, so they go back to the run, and the run has been working. And let's see what the Raiders can manufacture here with 2 more downs to go before 4th down. Can they find the end zone? A 1-yard gain for Devenish on 1st down. Sets up a 2nd and goal from the 9. 9:45 and counting left in this 3rd quarter. Raiders trailing by a field goal. Here's Subak. Low snap. Back to Devenish, and Devenish crawls out to about the 7-yard line. So gets 2 on that play. Sets up a 3rd and 7. Let's see what the Raiders go with here. Subak has Carter Copeland on the right side, Jake McGill on the left side, and Devenish on his right hip. Third and goal from the 7. Here's Subak, corner pocket, a lot of hand fighting, no flag is thrown, incomplete, intended for Jake McGill. Good coverage on the outside by Kevin Jupe, and so that'll bring Cooper Togus out to try and tie this ball game up.
A lot of hand fighting there in the corner of the end zone, but no call. With a chance to tie this game now.
8:55 and counting on this 3rd quarter clock. 4th and 7. A 24-yard field goal try for Togus. The snap good, the hold good, the kick up, the kick. It's good, and this game is tied. Cooper Togus from 24. And with 8:51 to go in this 3rd quarter, we're tied at 24 in the Battle of the Ridges. Rangers football when we come back right here on Vype Live. So Alex Nelson forces the fumble, and it leads to 3 points off the foot of Cooper Togus. And with 8:51 left in the 3rd quarter here at Gupton Stadium, we're tied at 24. How about that, Kalen?
Just unreal. Like I said, in the first half, it was 24-7. I blinked, 21-24. I blinked again. It's tied. Just excellent position to be in if you're the Raiders, considering all that's gone wrong today. And again, you get to put that defense back on the field that has forced 3 turnovers today.
Ball's kicked off, fumbled around the 22-yard line, and nearly a huge mistake by Vista Ridge on the kickoff. All of a sudden, it's the Rangers making these costly mistakes, and now we have a tie ball game. Unbelievable.
Credit to Cooper Togus so far on these kickoffs. He's making it really tough for the returners to really get a grasp on that ball and take off with their jets. And right there, finally, the Rangers aren't going to operate near midfield.
8:49 on this third quarter clock. It's 1st and 10 for the Rangers from their own 22. Handoff goes to Sizatowski, and Sizatowski, look at this defense. Ferocious. Benny Sears, Brody Carraz, Jeremiah Passmore, Alex Nelson. That defensive front has been tough these last couple quarters. Loss of 1 on the Sizatowski run. Sets up a 2nd and 11 from the 21. 8:15 and counting on this third quarter clock. We're tied at 24 at Gupton Stadium. Cameron Lasik calling the shots from the shotgun. Drops back. Heavy pressure. Fires over the middle. The ball is hauled in. It is caught. Mason Keene across the 40, and that's a first down for the Rangers.
I have no idea how Lasik completed that pass. Perfectly right down the middle, hits that dig route, finds the soft spot in that defense, and able to move the chains there. Great throw by Lasik.
Okay, so the Rangers back in business. They have some confidence after that big-time pass play. 7:35 on this third quarter clock. 1st and 10 from their own 42. Cameron Lasik. Handoff to Sizatowski, and Sizatowski gets across the 45 out to about the 47-yard line for a gain of about 5 yards. So the Rangers chipping away on this drive. Certainly seems like whoever holds on to the ball the best late in this football game will end up winning this football game. Arion Gaddison now at nose tackle for the Raiders. Under 7 minutes to go in this third quarter. Jonas Spikes gets it now, and Spikes tackled by Gaddison. Sets up a 3rd and short. About a 3rd and 3 from their own 49-yard line. If you're just joining us, Vista Ridge led for most of the first half thanks to 2 interceptions and a fumble by Cedar Ridge and the Raiders offense. But now we're tied. 3rd and 3 from the 49. 6:20 and counting in this third quarter. Heavy blitz. And he crashes. Oh, no! How did he not be able to take him down? Hamilton had him, and somehow, I don't believe it. What a crazy third down conversion for Vista Ridge. Jalen Hamilton, the UTEP commit, had speed on the outside, wasn't able to take down Cameron Lasik, and instead Lasik escapes and gets it to Mason Keene for the first down.
It's almost as if he put on a Superman-like cape on this drive. I mean, he's just made an unreal throw to keep the drive alive and just unreal. And now they're past the 50, and this is all thanks to Lasik right here, who's really in the zone right now.
1st and 10 from the 38, now in Raiders territory. Lasik drops back, flushed out of the pocket, gets rid of it, wide open in the flat, a little check down and taken down around the 35. That's Will Johnson, the sophomore. And so all of a sudden, the Raiders are applying the necessary pressure and are so close, and somehow Lasik continues to escape and make a completion. Five minutes on this third quarter clock. 2nd and 6 now from the 34. Vista Ridge putting together a nice drive right now. Here's Lasik. Handoff goes to Sizatowski. Lots of speed from the backfield. Gets close to the 30. Will be about 2 yards shy of that first down marker. Clock continues to tick-tock. Clock management here from the home squad. The Rangers in the red tops. Again, Vista Ridge 5-2 all time against Cedar Ridge. The Rangers have won the last 3 in this matchup. 4:24 on the clock. Two men in motion, left to right. 7 on the play clock. Now it's Ryan Weiland back right to left. Cedar gets it. But does he get enough for the first down? He keeps those feet moving. Hayden O'Brien-Brown was there, but Cedar had the strength and the muscle to force himself to the first down marker. And this drive continues for Vista Ridge. 4 minutes on the clock in this third quarter. We're tied at 24. First and 10 from the 26. Gavin Brooks in motion. Cedar in motion. It's a pass play. Corner pocket. He had Ryan Weiland. But Cameron Lasik flares it out a little bit too far for his receiver. And so that'll set up his second down now. And 10 from the 26. .335 on the clock after that first down incompletion. Trips left now for Lasik in this Rangers offense. Quick pass play. It goes to Weiland. Weiland following in his blockers and gets punched down by Gabriel Cisneros. Gets across the 20. Close to about the 18-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and short now. 3rd and 2 with 3:18 left on this third quarter clock. Rangers continue to push. Let's see if they go pass or they go back to the run on third down. Big game here for both of these teams fighting for playoff positioning. They're both on the outside looking in right now. 3rd and 2 from the 18. Under 3 to go in this third quarter. It's a run play. Jonas Spikes gets it, but he does not get the first down. Alex Nelson there. Jeremiah Passmore there. Jalen Hamilton there. That trio will set up a 4th and 3, a loss of 1 on that third down try. So they'll bring out the field goal kicker, Marcos Negaglione. He hit earlier from 37. This one would be 36. Now what are they calling? Oh, the holder. Slow to get out. Preston Freilich, but he gets there in time. Here we go. From 36, the snap good, the hold good. The kick is up, and the kick is good. From 36, Marcos Negaglione gives the Rangers the lead with 2:10 remaining in this third quarter. It's Vista Ridge 27. It's Cedar Ridge 24. When we come back here on Vype Live, it's Raiders football. Back here at Gupton Stadium, Vista Ridge, thanks to the leg and the foot of Marcos Negaglione, the junior kicker. It's a 27-24 lead for the Rangers. They regain the lead. They had the lead for the majority of the first half, pretty much outside of the start of this football game. And then Cedar Ridge continued to claw back. They tied it at 24, but now it's the Rangers back on top by a field goal as Negaglione boots it into the end zone, and it'll be Raiders football with 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. Kalen, certainly you have to like what you've seen from Cedar Ridge offensively since they've turned to Tillman Subak, and now it's Subak's time to shine. He has gotten this offense moving and grooving, kind of giving the spark that head coach Brian Vardaman needed from his team.
And the instructions to Subak are quite simple. Matt Leonard is telling him, get the ball in your playmaker's hands. You have a three-headed monster back there, and everybody's getting involved right now, getting their slice of the pie. So with this drive coming up, keep an eye on those playmakers.
Subak on first down. Devonish cuts all the way left, spins around right, now goes up the middle, and doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage. A lot of room Devonish ran on that play, and he was not able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Sets up his second down and 12 from the 23. $1:40 left on this third quarter clock. Rangers up by a field goal here late in the third quarter. Subak with 9 on the play clock. Gets it off, play action. Subak deep downfield intended for Christian Hall, just out of the reach. Subak with heavy pressure applied there defensively by Nate Cochran. Had to get rid of it.
And again, this chemistry will come with more reps with Subak. Got thrown in the first half in this game, kind of just trying to figure out some stuff on the fly. Game speed's a lot different than practice speed, and it'll get clicking for the kid. It'll get clicking.
Sets up a third and long, 3rd and 12 from the 23. Subak, play action. Looks over the middle, now fires, intended for Jake McGill. And McGill had his arms stretched as far as possible, and he couldn't haul in that catch. Just out of the reach. Could have had it, maybe should have had it, but he didn't have it, and now it's a punt formation for Cedar Ridge.
Yeah, I mean, could have had it. Just a little bit too much mustard on that throw, but as many people say, if it hits your hands, you must come down with it. But just a tough grab to make right there, and hopefully Togus can pin this, boot this ball deep, and not give him good field goal position.
Togus with the boot. And no fair catch called there. Instead, it's Will Johnson maybe getting a couple yards on that return, just across the 40-yard line. So pretty good field position for these Rangers as they look to extend their lead up 27-24 with 1:07 left in this third quarter. Kalen Hernandez, I'm Tyler Feldman. So glad you're with us here tonight. Certainly a great battle of the Ridges on display here at Gupton Stadium. Decent number of mistakes, but both teams still finding a way to stay in this ball game, and that's what you have to credit, the fight from both sides. We'll see what kind of fight the Cedar Ridge defense has as they try to limit the Rangers from extending their lead. 1st and 10 from the 41. Lasik, 2 receivers right. Sizatowski on his right hip takes the handoff, cuts inside, and then cuts outside and squeezes through across the midfield line into Raiders territory. As we are under a minute to go here in this third quarter, it's Rangers 27, it's Raiders 24. 9-yard run on first down sets up a 2nd down and 1. They mark him right at the 50-yard line. Empty set here for the Rangers. 10 seconds on the play clock. 28 seconds left in this third quarter. Empty set. Lasik drops back, steps up, heavy pressure, keeps it himself across the 40, and he slides down around the 33-yard line. They mark him. Looks like he maybe got out to the 32 or 31, so could have marked him a couple yards farther downfield. Instead, that'll do it for this third quarter. We are 36 minutes down. We have 12 minutes left to go in this edition of the Battle of the Ridges. Fourth quarter. On the other side, it's Rangers 27, Raiders 24. You're watching Cedar Ridge football right here on Vype Live. Fourth quarter about to get underway here at Gupton Stadium. Kalen Hernandez, I'm Tyler Feldman. Thanks so much for spending your mid-October Friday night with us here on Vype Live. We've got a great one in store, a great finish in store at Gupton Stadium. Two teams battling to keep their playoff hopes alive, and Vista Ridge is clinging to a 27-24 lead on Cedar Ridge. First and 10 from the 33 for the Rangers. They're driving on these Raiders right now. Let's see what this Cedar Ridge defense can do. Trips left for the red and white. It's a handoff to Sizatowski, and Sizatowski spins and just pushes backwards. Look at that, pile driving across the 25 near the 23-yard line. Close to the first down marker. What a run. It is a first down for the Rangers, and so the drive continues. This would certainly be a big touchdown if Vista Ridge can find the end zone. Maybe a turnover's in store for Cedar Ridge defensively. First and 10 from the 23. Lasik. Handoff to Sizatowski. Sizatowski breaks one tackle, spins off another across the 15 near the 13-yard line. So another tough run. Sets up a second down and 1 from the 14. Sizatowski is just finding a way to push forward right now, Kalen.
Exactly, just finding any way to push forward. And again, it's something you can't teach, that grit. He's looking like an absolute bowling ball, and now operating with just a second and 1 right now would be a nice time to cash in for the Rangers.
10:50 and counting here in the ball game. Second and 1 from the 14. It's back to Sizatowski. Sizatowski continues to spin like he's in the washing machine and is down around the 10-yard line. Let's see if this Cedar Ridge defense can find a way to keep the Rangers out of the end zone.
They've been no stranger to forcing turnovers in the red zone, so right now would be a huge time for one of those playmakers on defense to, like they're called, make a play.
First and 10 from the 11. Lasik, left side, ball is tipped, batted down. It was Benny Sears at the line getting a finger on it.
Benny Sears has made his name known today, whether it's making pressures in the backfield or batting down balls. I mean, that hitch was wide open, so big play right there from the defensive lineman.
Second and 10 from the 11. 10-14 left in this ball game. Ryan Weiland in motion right to left. Here's Lasik. Play action. Looks to throw. Looks left. Tucks it. Pressured. Flushed out. Throws right. On the run. And it is incomplete. Mason Keene was the intended receiver. Gabriel Cisneros was in the area to possibly pick that ball off. So it sets up a third down and 10 from the 11. With about 10 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Rangers leading the Raiders 27-24. Third and 10 for the Rangers. They've got one receiver right, two left. Here we go. Lasik looks left. Still looking left. Flushed out. Rolls right now. Looking for space. On the run, and he steps out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. How about that, Kalen?
What a stand by the Raiders defense in goal-to-goal distance with, I don't want to say the game's on the line, but if the Rangers go up 10, that puts your backup quarterback in a really tough spot, and they're going to keep this within one score, and just huge. Probably the biggest moment of the game for the Raiders right there.
And we're going to take a timeout for an injury. When we come back, it'll be a 34-yard field goal for Marcos Negaglione. He'll try to connect for the third time tonight. That's next right here on Vype Live. All right, so it's Alex Nelson. He's had a tremendous game for Cedar Ridge tonight. He's the one being helped off the field. Hope he's okay. He is a really important piece to this Raiders defense. So, again, 4th and 16. Ball is on the 17-yard line. 9:56 to go here in this fourth quarter. It's a 34-yard field goal try for Marcos Nagaglione. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and the kick is good on a windy night in Cedar Park, Texas, with 9:52 to go at John Gupton Memorial Stadium. It's the Rangers 30. It's the Raiders 24. Cedar Ridge football when we come back right here on Vype Live. Here at John Gupton Memorial Stadium, it's Vista Ridge 30. It's Cedar Ridge 24. Looking at some other scores across the Central Texas area tonight as the kick is received around the 5-yard line by Christian Hall, and Hall gets tripped up just across the 20. Late third quarter, Round Rock leading Westwood 28-7. That's an important game for the two teams playing here tonight in this game because Round Rock currently holds on to that 4th and final playoff spot in District 25 6A. If Round Rock holds on to win that game, they'd move to 4-2 in district play. And so certainly a lot of key things would need to happen if Cedar Ridge ends up losing this one. If they do fall, they'd fall to 2-4 in district play, and that would just make things a little bit harder. All right, 9:46 to go here in this ball game tonight. It's a 6-point lead for the Rangers as the handoff goes just across the 25. Noah Devonish with about 2 yards on that first down run. Tillman Subak has done quite a nice job coming in to quarterback this offense after not starting the game. 9:15 and counting on this clock. That's all that's left in this ball game. 2nd down and 8 from their own 26. Here's Subak. Looking to throw, has nothing, has to create something here. He's getting heavily pressured and just throws the ball away. C.J. Milligan forcing Subak out of bounds and forcing him to throw that ball pretty much away. That was a tough situation. It looks like things just didn't come together like they were supposed to on that play, Kalen.
Yes, as it seems there was a late flag thrown on that play. Official walking over, he just picked it up.
All right, so another ineligible receiver downfield sets up a 3rd down and 8 from the 26.
As I've mentioned before, I know they want to get this passing game going and they want to get Subak in a rhythm, but what really brought you back in that first half was that use of Wildcat and just establishing the run, allowing your playmakers to bounce to the outside. So very interested, but with a passing down coming up, it's going to be interesting to see what Matt Leonard cooks up here.
3rd and 8 from their own 26. 8:55 left in this ball game, and there's movement on the offensive line. You can see Isaac Elliott, the senior left tackle, jumping up and down. Cameron Aspera, the senior, was the one to move first, and so they're moving backwards. Sets up now a 3rd and 13 from the 21. Little 3rd and long action. What will the Raiders do here? Again, just 8:55 left in this ball game. Got to start making some magic. Devonish in motion, empty set. Subak, quick pass to Devonish, and he can't hang on. So they were hoping to get Devonish out to the outside and then following those blockers. Instead, it's a 3 and out, a penalty involved as well, and with 8:50 left in this ball game, Cooper Togus is back out to punt.
Again, obviously not the outcome you want at this drive, but got to keep your head up. You know, you're not out of this game. Your defense has given you multiple opportunities, and at this point, you can't really doubt that they, won't give you another one. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I know Coach Vardaman's going to want to tighten up here.
Low snap, and Togus is able to corral it, get the ball off. It's received around the 45, and oh boy, with speed, it's Will Johnson. And Johnson, look at this field position. Inside the 40-yard line, so pretty much a 30-yard pass play on that 4th down because of the return. Cooper Togus, credit him being able to corral that low snap and get the ball off. But 8:37 left, and it's now 1st and 10 from the Raiders' 34-yard line for this Rangers offense.
And that's something the Rangers have really controlled over this game. They've started most of their drives either around midfield or in Raiders territory, and once again, their special teams just absolutely setting up their offense in ideal range, and a field goal can put them up 2 possessions here with 8.5 remaining. Gonna need the defense to make one more play if they have it in them.
1st and 10 from the 34, 8:37 left in this ball game. Ryan Weiland, right to left, handoff goes to Sizatowski, and Sizatowski gets met by a handful of Raiders, including Matthew McMillan, the senior outside linebacker. Loss of 2 sets up a 2nd and 12, 8:20 and counting on the clock. Vista Ridge leading Cedar Ridge 30-24 here in the 4th quarter. So glad you're with us on Vype Live. 2nd down and 12. Trips right for the Rangers. Cameron Lasik switching things up. Putting Kieran Pagel on the inside. And Ryan Weiland in the middle. We've got whistles. And it's a timeout called by Vista Ridge head coach Chad Scott. They'll talk things over. Before this 2nd down and long. 7:46 to go here at John Gupton Memorial Stadium. We'll go through some scores from across the Austin area. Austin High leading Aikens 24-7. Westlake all over Bowie 28-7. And Bastrop is smoking Navarro 57-0. So a lot of ball games that aren't close in the Austin area. This game is not part of that conversation. It's a 6-point ball game with 7:46 left on the clock. Kalen, huge opportunity, 2nd and long for this Cedar Ridge defense to get a big stop.
Exactly, and not many blitzes dialed up today for Vardaman's defense, but right now, if you can get a sack and maybe knock them totally out of field goal range, that could be the play. That could be the play that, brings the momentum back to you and brings that offense alive when they come back out here.
2nd and 12 from the 36. Lasik on the run to the right side. Hits his man in the flat. It's Ben Reed, and Reed. Nice little pass play. Chains are moving. Just about 12 yards to the tee on that 2nd down pass play, and so the drive continues for Vista Ridge. .730 and counting.
With that clock counting down, Vista Ridge is going to be in no hurry to snap this football with a field goal right in their back pocket.
1st and 10 from the 24. Here's Lasik. Sizatowski bulldozing his way across the 20. gets about 5 yards on that first down run. If you're looking at what's next for these two teams, depending on what happens here tonight, next Friday night, it's the final home game of the season at the Palace for Cedar Ridge, taking on a very good McNeil team who has the week off here tonight. And then they have Halloween off, and then the following Friday, the first Friday in November, November 7th, they play at Manor to finish the season. Here we go, 2nd down and 5. 6:35 left on the game clock. Lasik back to Sizatowski, and Sizatowski gets a couple before getting tripped up in that mosh pit in the middle. As for Vista Ridge, they are at Manor next Friday, and then the following Friday take on Hutto. A very good Hutto team, undefeated in district play. And then Vista Ridge wraps up the season at Westwood on November 7th. So not an easy stretch for either of these two teams, but certainly the winner has a much better chance at possibly reaching the playoffs. 3rd and 5 from the 19. 5:50 left in this ball game. Lasik rolling right on the run, tucks it, runs, and there's a flag on the play. Benny Sears on the turf. Let's hope he's okay. He's up. Let's see what the flag is.
Could be an illegal block in the back if I saw that correctly by the numbers. Massive call.
Wow. So a 10-yard penalty, a hold on the Vista Ridge offense. So a rare mistake by the Rangers here in this second half.
Big call. It's going to push them back, and definitely going to be interesting to see what they do here.
5:30 and counting on the game clock. 3rd and 13 from the 27. Cameron Lasik calling the shots. Kieran Pagel in motion right to left. They go right side. They dump it off and don't get much on that 3rd down play.
Just excellent excellent discipline from the Raider defense right there. Didn't fall for any of the eye candy. Just tracked the ball. Saw it soon as it got dumped off to the running back. Swarmed with white jerseys, and it's going to set up about a 44-yard field goal.
Jonas Spikes didn't get much on that 3rd down pass play. Good defensively, effort-wise, by Cedar Ridge. It is a 44-yarder. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up, and the kick is short. It is short. Heavy pressure by Cedar Ridge, and this is still less than a one-possession game. If the Raiders find the end zone, they can take the lead. How about that with 5:01 left in this ball game? We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back on the Cedar Ridge Vype Live Network. Back here at Gupton Stadium. Devenish gets the rock and gets rocked down immediately. This Vista Ridge defense has been tough here in the second half. Amari Jordan on the stop. So a missed 44-yard field goal off the leg of Marcos Negaglione. He was 3 for 3 tonight. That was the longest try of the evening, though, just shy of the upright. So 6-point lead continues. Tillman Subak rolling right, gets a block, and nearly gets the first down. A huge block there by Noah Devenish. He wanted the rock. Instead, he had the block in place. And that sets up a 3rd and short. They say he's 2 yards shy of that first down marker.
And what an opportunity it is for Tillman Subaks. You know, you come in, you're down 3 possessions, and now you have a chance with 4:22 left on the clock to give your team a game-winning drive.
3rd and 2 from their own 35. They're going in the Wildcat formation. It's Christian Hall. He has Jake McGill in motion, right to left. Hall keeps it, following his blockers, gets enough for the first down. Nice little gap for Christian Hall. 4:15 on the clock. Rangers holding on to a 30-24 lead. Raiders trying to put together a magical final drive here late in this 4th quarter.
I love Matt Leonard trying to stay to his identity, keeping the ball on the ground. The pass game has not worked today, and already getting his playmakers involved this drive.
4 minutes and counting left in this ball game. 25-6A. 1st and 10 from the 39. And we've got whistles.
Be a timeout.
Timeout. The first timeout called by Cedar Ridge. We'll be right back here on Vype Live. Alrighty, back at Gupton Stadium. Cedar Ridge trying to complete a comeback. 1st and 10 from the 39. Here's Subak looking deep, pressure, flushed out of the pocket, and he just has to throw that ball away. Heavy pressure by that defensive front of Vista Ridge, and that defense has been really good here in the second half.
And no, it wasn't a positive play there, but great job from Subak to get that ball out of bounds and not lose any yards on the play.
Yeah, it's an excellent point. You don't want to lose yardage at this juncture. 3:43 left in this football game. Here's Subak on 2nd down and 10. Play action. Fires over the middle, and it's intercepted. He overthrew Christian Hall, and it's picked off again by Dylan Gonzalez. His 2nd interception of the night, an overthrow by Subak, and an untimely interception thrown by Tillman Subak gives the Rangers the football with a 6-point lead and 3:35 left in this ball game.
Looked a lot like the interception earlier today. Just tried to connect down the middle on that slant. And again, you know, without the reps, you know, when you're thrown into a game with the, to use a poker reference, with an unideal hand, it's really hard to get things going and really find a rhythm and build that chemistry with your receivers. But
tough break for the Raiders, but the game's not over yet. It's been an imperfect game on both sides. Who will have the final laugh, the last laugh? I guess we'll find out. Sizatowski gets the rock and gets over midfield and gets a good chunk of yardage as the clock continues to talk.
Just above 3 to go. Rangers are going to be in no hurry to snap this football. Raiders only have 2 timeouts, so it's looking like maybe 2 first downs can seal this football game.
2:51 remaining in this football game. Lasik hands it off. Sizatowski again pushing the blockers and that line forward across the 40. 2:40 and counting. as the chains move. That run good enough for a first down.
So Coach Vardaman's not going to use his timeouts left. He's going to make him snap it one more time before the two-minute timeout. Probably will use his first timeout before the 2-minute warning to maximize as much time as possible for a potential game-winning drive.
1st and 10 from the Raiders 39. 2:13 left in this ball game. Here's Lasik. Lasik back to Sizatowski, and Sizatowski again. This has been automatic. As you could hear the wind rumbling. A windy night in Cedar Park, Texas in mid-October. 2-minute timeout. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, a 2nd down and 3 situation for the Rangers on offense. This is Cedar Ridge football on Vype Live. 2 minutes left for some Cedar Ridge Raiders magic at John Gupton Memorial Stadium. A back-and-forth ball game. Turnovers early led to an early lead for Vista Ridge in this 8th iteration of the Battle of the Ridges. The Rangers looking to win their 4th straight in this series against the Raiders. They're driving. 2nd down and 3 from the 32 with 2 minutes to go. Can the Raiders hold on defense? That's the big question. Handoff to Jonas Spikes, and Spikes gets just pushed past the first down marker. And so the drive continues. And so does the clock. It continues to tick-tock. 6-point lead for the Rangers. At a certain point, when will Brian Vardaman use his 2 remaining timeouts?
Looks like he'll let the clock bleed here, but for every snap, should be running to that official to grab that TO.
First and 10 from the 28. A couple men in motion. Spikes gets the rocket. He gets ripped down. No, he stays on his feet. Powers Wallace got to him. But somehow Spikes kept going.
Tough kid to tackle.
So now Brian Vardaman calls his second to last timeout in this ball game. 1:16 on the clock. As you can see on your screen, it's still a 6-point lead for Vista Ridge. Certainly have to credit the fight we've seen from Cedar Ridge in this ball game, because you throw 3 interceptions, you lose 1 fumble, and you think to yourself, you're only down 6? Kalen, that's hard to believe, but that's where we're at. I just don't know if there's enough time on that clock for the magic to continue.
And as you said, I mean, the Raiders had many opportunities in this game to take the lead. I call it the money drive. Game on the line, trying to get on the money, and just really hard to execute when you're in this situation. Subak is in. Tough to connect on things. But with all the mistakes, I mean, you still have to credit the Raider defense today. With the bad hands they were dealt, bad field position, bad turnovers, constantly on the field. Just a great job on that end of the football today.
$1:16 left in this ball game. 2nd and 10 from the Raiders 28. Here's Lasik. Quick handoff. A little nifty move. And look at Spikes across the 20, across the 15, near the 13-yard line. Jonas Spikes, the junior running back, pretty much icing the game with that first down run. Brian Vardaman will whistle his final timeout with 68 seconds left in this football game. Kalen, just not sure there's enough. You're going to have to force a turnover, and I'm not sure Vista Ridge will allow that to happen.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, as long as this isn't a fumbled snap, bobbled snap, I mean, they're just going to take two knees and enjoy their victory tonight.
So looking ahead, with the win for Vista Ridge, they snap a 2-game losing streak, and they are soon to be 5-2 overall, 3-2 in district play. Now, Round Rock is running away against Stony Point tonight. So it looks like Round Rock will improve to 4-4 overall, 4-2 in district play. And so those are the two teams really that Cedar Ridge will be chasing. Cedar Ridge, again, it looks like this will be a loss. If that happens, if that is true, Cedar Ridge will fall to 3-5 overall and 2-4 in district play. Again, not an easy road, not over just yet, but not an easy road to find a way to squeeze into the postseason. Here's Lasik on 1st and 10 from the 14. Handoff goes to Sizatowski. Sizatowski pinballing his way for about 10 yards on that run, and there's a flag. Uh-oh, there's pushing and shoving. Don't want to see this game get out of hand, but that's what happens in the Battle of the Ridges from time to time. An 8-yard run, less than a minute to go. Whistles are blowing, trying to stop this clock. Certainly frustration on the Cedar Ridge sideline. Aiden O'Brien-Brown helping to be calmed down on that far sideline right now. Again, 59 seconds left in this football game. So unsportsmanlike conduct. That'll pin the Rangers even closer to extending this lead. 1st and goal from the 3. 55 seconds and counting left in this ball game. Here's Lasik. Back to Sizatowski, and Sizatowski dives into the end zone for another Rangers touchdown, and that officially puts the cap on this ball game tonight. The Battle of the Ridges will belong to Vista Ridge for the 4th consecutive season.
Just like last year, the Rangers are going to walk out of John Gupton Stadium victorious on their homecoming night, it seems. And again, the Raiders had many chances to take the lead in this ball game or even tie this game. And when push came to shove, things just couldn't get done for that offense on that end.
With 46 seconds left on the clock, Negaglione, extra point up, extra point good. It's now a 37-24 lead with 46 seconds remaining in this ball game. Kalen, what was once you thought maybe Cedar Ridge could sneak back into this ball game, just too many mistakes it comes down to in this one.
Exactly. I mean, it's going to be hard to win a game when you have that many turnovers. And when you're gifting them the field position, I mean, I'd argue the Rangers would say they didn't even play. They weren't on their best ball today. But when the other team is making mistakes and you're able to capitalize at least on 1 or 2 of those mistakes in a tough district like this, sometimes that's enough to just get you this victory. Tough loss here for the Raiders. I truly thought there was a spark right before halftime, and there was, but just tough down the stretch.
No doubt, Kalen, and certainly has to be frustrating if you're Cedar Ridge because you had chances to win this ball game, but again, it comes down to mistakes, and just too many tonight for the Raiders as Negaglione kicks it deep. fielded around the 5-yard line. It's Christian Hall, and Hall gets out to about the 25. There's a flag on this play with about 37 seconds left to go. There's another flag. There's 2 flags. Let's see what the officials decide, but I think what you could decide already is this one's over. It's a 13-point lead. There would have to be some miraculous mid-October miracle that people would talk about for the next century. Well, there you go. Block of the back. So Cedar Ridge will start their comeback attempt at their own 20-yard line. Hail Mary time. 2-possession game. You just got to throw it deep.
Throw it deep, lateral it back, anything to get some desperation points on this board.
Zubak finds Hall on the far side and makes the grab. No timeouts again, so the clock continues to talk. 25 and counting left in this ball game. Raiders will maybe get one more playoff. Don't seem to really be in a huge rush right now. 13 seconds. 2nd and 3 from the 17. Here's Zubak running to his left and finding Tyler Burchett. And Burchett makes the grab and gets out to about the 30-yard line. Did he step out, or is the clock continuing to run? 2 seconds left. So the chains are moving, but they're not really moving. They're just staying put. And there goes the clock. Is that the ball game? Looks like that is the ball game. The clock hits 0. And the Battle of the Ridges for the 4th consecutive season belongs to Vista Ridge. The Rangers holding on to take down Cedar Ridge 37-24 tonight here at John Gupton Memorial Stadium. Turnovers the problem for Cedar Ridge in this one. The Rangers able to make the most of those mistakes to get a big win here tonight. Kalen, your final thoughts on what we saw here this evening. Just 2 games remaining now for Cedar Ridge.
2 games remaining, and a lot of stuff to come out of this game. I mean, we saw the playmakers did their thing. We saw the Trent Bell and that defense force a lot of turnovers, but with Zubak under the reins now, it's going to be interesting what happens in that quarterback situation throughout the week in practice. There's a lot to take away from this game if you're the Raiders. It's going to be very interesting to see how Coach Vardaman bounces back from a brutal loss like this. But again, down this stretch just seems like the Raiders are just going to have to win out at this point, Tyler.
Yes. You could maybe find a situation where that's not the case, but right now, without looking at the situations at hand, that's more than likely the case. It'll also be interesting with the quarterback situation because with Tillman Zubak, he's the senior, and you've got Dylan Snoga as the junior, so do you give the junior the time to regain that confidence, or do you go back to Zubak? I think that's going to be a really tough decision. Maybe they continue to split time. We'll have to see, because a lot of times the conversation is if you think you have 2 quarterbacks, you have no quarterbacks, right? So who are you going to go with? Cedar Ridge, again, falling to Vista Ridge here tonight, 37-24. Next up for the Raiders, they are at Maynard to finish the season on November the 7th. Prior to that, on October 24th, next Friday, They play their home finale against a very good McNeil team who was off this week. Next up for Vista Ridge, they're at Manor next week. Then they have Hutto the week after, and they wrap up their regular season at Westwood. For Kalen Hernandez and Merle Bertrand back at the studio making sure this broadcast aired cleanly and calmly over the air, I'm Tyler Feldman saying so long from John Gupton Memorial Stadium. Once again, the final score, Vista Ridge 37, Cedar Ridge 24.